Ah, teenagers. That magical life stage where the human being you raised suddenly communicates in a series of grunts, sighs, and Wi-Fi password requests. They are lazy, phone-obsessed, and seem to believe that putting a dish in the dishwasher defies the laws of physics. We've all been there, either as the teen or the parent wondering if it's too late for an exchange. But what if I told you that all this glorious, infuriating chaos isn't a bug? What if it's a feature? According to Matt Richtel's book, How We Grow Up, your teen isn't broken. They're running a crucial software update for the entire human race. And yeah, updates can be a little glitchy. So buckle up, because we're about to reframe everything you thought you knew about the beautiful disaster of adolescence. A quick heads up, we will touch on some heavy topics like depression and suicide, so please take care while you watch. Let's start with two troublemakers, separated by about 400 years. First, meet Thomas. It's 2014, and this 14-year-old is at a marriage equality protest. While the adults are inside debating, Thomas is outside, armed with his weapon of choice, glitter. He's chucking handfuls of sparkling rebellion into the air, shouting equality as grown-ups throw bottles at him. Classic disruptive teen, right? Now let's hop in the time machine and go back to the Mayflower. On board is another 14-year-old Francis Billington. This kid was a menace. During the voyage, he got his hands on his dad's musket and decided to fire it at a barrel of gunpowder. He was trying to, what? See if it was flammable? He almost blew the whole pilgrimage to Kingdom Come. Later on land, his restless energy led him to climb a tree, spot a pond, and declare it a new ocean. They even named it after him. Two boys, same rebellious energy. Francis helped build a new nation by literally exploring new hardware. Thomas fought to upgrade its social software. See the pattern? According to Richtel, this is adolescence's secret job description: to push, to question, and to venture into the unknown so the rest of society can evolve. They are our designated beta testers. But here's the thing. Today's teens are testing a whole new kind of frontier. Instead of conquering new lands, they're turning inward, exploring the vast, uncharted wilderness of the mind. Questions of identity, purpose, and meaning. It's an internal exploration, and the digital age has turned the volume up to 11. Think about it. Physical risks are way down. Teen pregnancy, binge drinking, getting into a fist fight behind the bleachers, all have dropped by nearly half. But emergency room visits for self-harm have doubled. The battlefield has moved from the outside world to the inside of their heads. Take Henry, a super bright kid who loved creating funny characters. When the pandemic hit and the world went haywire, he couldn't control the chaos outside. So he tried to control the only thing he could, what he ate. He spiraled down to just 700 calories a day, right when his body needed it most. It's a tragic example of how this inward turn can become self-destructive when kids feel totally overwhelmed. But that same introspective journey can also lead to profound growth. Remember Thomas, the glitter activist? Thomas was born Anna. Through a long and at times difficult period of self-reflection, anxiety, and yes, even self-harm, Anna discovered their true identity and became Thomas. The same internal focus that can be so dangerous also holds the key to incredible self-discovery. So, where did this whole moody, introspective teenager thing even come from? Well, for most of human history, it didn't exist. You were a kid, and then, around age 12, you were an adult with a full-time job in a coal mine or a field. There was no time for an identity crisis when your main goal was not dying of dysentery. The whole idea of the emotional, passionate teenager was basically invented in the 18th century by Romantic literature. Thanks, poets. Modern science, however, gives us a much cooler explanation. The teen brain goes through a massive renovation, second only to infancy. The guiding principle is simple. If it's no use, cut it loose. Unused neural pathways get deleted. The ones you use a lot get wrapped in a fatty sheath, turning them into high-speed fiber optic cables. It's your brain's way of unsubscribing from childhood and doubling down on what it thinks you'll need for the future. This process is designed to create innovators. Take Jim Allison. As a teen, his family called him Diamond Head because he was so stubborn. He argued with teachers about evolution and once blew up a lab trying to improve a cleaning process. That same defiant, boundary-pushing brain eventually won him a Nobel Prize for developing a revolutionary cancer treatment. His teenage defiance wasn't a flaw. It was the foundation of his genius. Now for the part that will make every parent feel a little better. You know how one day your kid adores you and the next they look at you like you're a talking piece of broccoli? It's not your fault. It's their brain. Neuroscientists did this wild experiment where they had teens listen to their own mothers and a total stranger say nonsense words. In the kids' brains, the reward centers lit up like a Christmas tree for the stranger's voice. The mom's voice? Not so much. Their brains are literally, biologically, hardwired to tune you out and tune in to new people. It's an ancient survival mechanism to push them out of the nest and into the world to form new alliances. So when your teen decides their friend Kyle, who communicates only in shrugs, is a more valuable source of wisdom than you are. It's just biology. Your voice has been neurologically demoted. This leads us to the modern teenager's perfect storm. Their brains are running on what's called the dual systems model. The accelerator, the part that seeks rewards, risks, and dopamine hits, is a fully installed V8 engine. The brakes, the part responsible for impulse control and thinking ahead, are still on backorder. They won't be fully installed until their mid-20s. On top of that, puberty is starting way earlier now, making them super sensitive to social stuff just as they get handed a smartphone, a device that gives them access to every social interaction on the planet. This is generation rumination, ancient brain wiring clashing with an Instagram world. And of course, we have to talk about the main villain in this story, social media. But Richtel argues it's not that simple. Social media acts less like a poison and more like a volume knob. It takes whatever emotion a teen is already feeling and cranks it up. If they're confident and supported, it can be a place of connection. But if they're vulnerable, anxious, or lonely, it can become a drowning pool of negativity. Consider Courtney. She got her first iPad at 10, right as early puberty was hitting. Overwhelmed by acne and a changing body, she went online for acceptance. She created an older persona, got the validation she craved, but also attracted unwanted, creepy attention from adult men. The digital world was her main social space, but it was a space filled with dangers she wasn't equipped to handle. Look, your brain is probably done with its major rewiring, but you can still strengthen some neural pathways, like the one for hitting the subscribe button. Think of it as a low-stakes rebellion against the algorithm that thinks you only want to see videos of people falling down. Every subscription is a tiny spark of innovation, proving you're still exploring new things. Do it for your brain. Do it for science. So what's the takeaway from all this beautiful chaos? The journey is treacherous. Henry's story tragically ended when, in an impulsive moment of crisis, he took his own life. It's a devastating reminder of how fragile this stage can be. Others, like a teen named Lindsay, went down a path of crime and ended up in prison for 15 years, yet still managed to find a way to rebuild her life with incredible resilience. And many, like Thomas, navigate their inward journey and emerge stronger, happier, and more authentically themselves, all while maintaining loving family bonds. Growing up isn't something kids do on their own. It's a collective challenge. Our job isn't to fix them or stop their rebellion. It's to be the guardrails while they learn to drive, to offer compassion and boundaries, to love them, lead them, and then, the hardest part of all, to let them go. So next time you see a teenager doing something utterly baffling, take a breath. you're not looking at a problem to be solved. You're looking at a prototype for the future of humanity. And prototypes are always a little glitchy.